So I'm just gonna show you guys how to do a seafood boil using the Instapot, which makes it a lot easier, a lot less time consuming, and it cooks it perfectly. I'm gonna link the different Instapots down in the description because the Instapots can like cook ice cream, bake cakes, and do so much stuff. So if you're interested in getting one, it'll be linked down below, and don't forget to subscribe, and let's go ahead and get on into it, shall we? This is how we do things. I tell Gabriel this is a picnic. And I put everything in a pot to not waste dishes. And we're gonna put the shell somewhere else. And it's like an adventure. That's what I tell him. This is how, I'm like, Gabriel, it's a potluck adventure. We're in a picnic on a towel in the living room. And during quarantine, isn't it great?
Yeah, good.
See?
Dedication, preservation, take a look inside your salvation. Do every good work, it takes patience, like a butterfly, transformation.
So I know for me, as a mom, as a single mom, making fast food, it's very easy. So I'm gonna use my Instapot to make these crabs. Normally I make them in a pot. I'm not gonna do it this time. They are frozen, so it should be Instapot can make it very easy. I know this doesn't look appetizing, but I'm gonna add my own seasoning. I'm gonna add, cause I mean, it's already seasoned. I got this from the grocery store, but you know, we gotta add our own stuff. So with the Instapot, it already has this in here because I don't want the crabs and stuff touching the water. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of water in there. So I don't know, I didn't even measure. I know, right? It's not touching because we're gonna pressure cook it. Maybe 2 cups in there. I'm not even sure. Yeah, just about. It doesn't have to be a lot because mostly you want the steam. You don't want, like, it doesn't have to be a lot. So if you notice the water is not overcoming this basically. So the next step that we're gonna do is we're gonna put the stuff in there. So as you can see, it is already seasoned, but you know we gotta be extra. What I'm gonna add is some Old Bay, because my son just really likes his stuff to be seasoned. I know that looks like a lot, and it probably is, but you know it's all good. And then I'm gonna add some Mrs. Dash. Normally I add sea salt, but I feel like maybe we're good. Okay, so I'm lying. Last but not least, I'm gonna add this butter in here. I'm trying to film with one hand. I know I should have got a stand, but so that's the amount of butter that I added. We just kind of want it to marinate into this seafood. You could probably spread it out more towards the corn, which I'll probably do. But as it melts, you just want it to melt all over the seafood. So the more that you kind of put it on top is the better. Like, you don't have to toss it around in butter if you don't want to. So yeah. And so you're going to have it on the ceiling, and then we're going to pressure cook it or something. Let's see, steam. I think we're gonna put it on 10 minutes. And you can tell I don't use this thing a lot. Okay, it's on now. And then I guess we are going to wait. Okay, so it finished doing its thing. And since this is on vent, you do not want to burn yourself and you do not want to open it. So you have to do that. So the most frustrating thing about this, honestly, is that the venting does take a long time, probably about 20 minutes. Like, you do have to wait for the Instapot to warm up, and steam the crabs take 10 minutes, and you cannot open it until all the steam is alleviated. So this is the only part that was like, wow, this is really long, but it doesn't require much effort for you to like wait for the steam to come out. So no, maybe I should try to open it when the steam is pouring out. I mean, granted, it says warning, don't do that, but I kind of feel like it's been long enough. So since it was just me and my son, it was probably like 2 pounds of crabs, 2 ears of corn, some shrimp, maybe 7, and some potatoes. If you have a larger family, they have bigger Instapots, but it should be around the same cooking time. It's just 2 of us, so it's not that much food, but the cooking time should be the same. So okay, here it is. Of course, we're going to mix it up. We personally, oh, it's so steamy. Hold on. We like our stuff well seasoned over in this piece. And this is what we are looking at. Yep. I mean, what me and Gabriel normally do. This is our ghetto picnic. We like legit set things up in the living room. And we set on a thing and we put plates and stuff, and then we're just gonna eat it out the pot. We're gonna have a separate place to put the shells, and then that's our butter. And that is legit how we do things. And it doesn't mess up dishes. Let me tell you, that's how you do it mommy style, man. Don't mess up dishes. Tell this child this is an adventure by putting it in by having a picnic in the living room, and they believe it. Living room. And during quarantine, isn't it great?
It's good.
See? Not ready for the show to end? It doesn't have to. You can head over to my site where you can read hundreds of articles. And also you can feel free to shop my store where I have all of my products for sale. And last but not least, for even more video content, feel free to visit my YouTube channel where I talk about a wide array of content. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until next time, stay blessed.
Like a butterfly.